Hello, I'm Lottie. I'm a funeral service manager for Co-op Funeral Care, and I'm here to guide you through any choices for the funeral. For funeral options, you can have a funeral service for cremation, or it could be burial. Now, burial would be at a local churchyard or in one of our council-run cemeteries, but we would guide you through if there was any questions with that. So it would all depend on what choices you made. If you chose to use the hospital contract, there's no charges with that. Also, if you chose to come to us privately, for any funerals for anybody under the age of 18, there's no costs with that. Now, what this includes a vehicle to go to the service. It can also include a limousine, which sits 6 people, our services and the cremation or burial cost. If you did choose to have anything else, such as flowers or ashes caskets, orders of service, we also do keepsakes. There would be a cost involved with that, but we would guide you through those costs. So if the hospital organised the funeral, you would speak to the midwives at the hospital who would guide you through the paperwork. They would contact us and we would arrange a service, either cremation or burial. Again, you would be able to use our vehicle to go to the service and a limousine if you require. You could also just use the limousine and baby could travel with you if you wanted that. At the service, you have the option for yourselves to carry baby into the service, or it would be ourselves that would do that. But like I mentioned before, if you did want anything extra, such as flowers or caskets, we would guide you through the choices and the prices. That's something that you will get back, but I have to be completely honest with you that it depends on the gestation of the baby. The ashes you would get back would include coffin residue, but on some occasions there may not be some ashes to return. So you can get the ashes back with either using one of our caskets, so we would provide, if we used a hospital contract, a small scatter tube if you were going to scatter the ashes. But there are also many options that we have which we can show you for different kinds of caskets for you to choose. Yes, absolutely. So we offer funerals from anything from up to the child of an age of 18, and you would just come to ourselves to do that. Now, at that point, we would go through all the paperwork with you and guide you through. You would also have the opportunity for the same as a vehicle to travel to the crematorium and a limousine and all our services involved. If you did choose any extras, such as flowers, we would guide you through those prices. So a combined funeral is our teardrop service that we have every month, and the options are that your baby would be with all the other babies that had passed away that month, and you would be led through the options at the hospital. What happens on a combined service is you would attend the crematorium yourself on that day, and you would be there with all the other parents, and there would be a memorial service led by the hospital chaplain. So we are instructed by the hospital to bring baby into our care. We use a private ambulance and baby would be brought in our care, and we do have temperature controlled environments. You can bring in clothes if that's something that you wanted to do, and then we would make sure that baby was settled in chapel in a coffin. If you wanted to visit, you can come as much as you like between 9 and 5, or you can make an appointment for an evening or a weekend. When you do come in and visit, you've got as much time as you need. You can sit with baby. If you didn't feel as if you wanted baby to see baby without in the coffin, you do have the option for a cuddle cot where you could sit with baby. Or if you didn't feel as if you were strong enough to see baby in coffin, you can sit with the coffin lid on and take as much time for reflection with baby as you need. So on the day of the funeral, that's an option. You could carry the casket into the service or to the burial, but don't worry, we will guide you through all of that. if the funeral's a cremation, that would either take place at Coopan Crematorium, Whitley Bay Crematorium or Tynemouth Crematorium. It's completely your choice. If the funeral was a burial, a cemetery-run burial, which is a council-run burial, would be in the same areas. But if you do have a church that you attend, that would something we would need to speak to the church about to see if there was room in the churchyard for that to happen. So baby won't travel in a hearse on the day of the service. It will be in a state car, which is a dignified vehicle with blacked out windows. The reason we do this is because with our standard hearses, baby would look lost in there. So it just means that they're a little bit more comfy for the day of the service. So you do have a few options. So baby could come home for a couple hours if you want to take baby to the beach or do what you needed to do. Or baby can come home before the funeral. If baby was going to come home before the funeral, we would definitely say by day 3, we would bring baby back into our care. That would be ourselves as funeral directors, would be in constant contact with you and guide you through the right ways to do things. And if you were concerned, we'd visit you at home and guide you through. So if you've got any questions or you need any support, we at Co-op Funeral Care can guide you through that. You don't necessarily need to use Co-op Funeral Care. If you've got a designated funeral provider, they would provide the same. But I do need to reiterate that Co-op Funeral Care would provide that service for free. I'm not sure about any other funeral directors.